Hello YouTube, L-Players back once again for some more of our craft theory adventure, and of course, being in our dark and dingy swamp village, the weather is absolutely abysmal. Look at this rain, look at this gross darkness. Yeah. Anyway, since the it's quite fitting, right? It's quite fitting. I could have like waited for this out for the episode start, but I thought we're in a swamp and it just fits really well, so I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna make it work. Also, I noticed this is pretty cool. Completely accidentally when I was building this. Have I shown you this? Have I shown? Yeah, I've shown you this. You've seen it. Anyway, let me collect my train of thought. Really cool thing that I noticed completely by accident, and like now that I'm about to explain it, I'm thinking it's probably not as cool as I just thought it was a second ago. But yeah, it turns out this little bit of the idea is that it's collapsed and fallen down here. It actually lets me jump up here, so I can actually get onto the little lookout point. How cool is this? And I was using it to snipe some creepers like a boss, hitting them every single. Oh wow, that went incredibly far. How far? Man, if I had shots like this when I was playing Mineplex, I would have been a boss. That game was rigged. Hacked. Remember the Mineplex days? Those were the days, guys. Maybe one day I'll fail at that game again. Anyway, yes, looking at our beautiful stuff that we've done since the last episode. I think, so the last episode we built this lovely little... RIP. L-Players 2K16. Blah, blah, blah. Still haven't got the hang of my path, even though I've been walking up and down it for like what feels like forever building these places. These places. Anyway, yeah, God damn it. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. I promise. God damn. Come on, we got it. I believe in you. Yeah. Anyway, let me get to a good spot, man. I gotta concentrate. This is dangerous. There's like things in this water that I don't want to talk about. Okay, so we built this little hut in the last episode. I can't remember if I showed you it completely finished, but all I've done, I put some beautiful little hedges around it, put some vines, and it is looking absolutely swamp-tastic. That's right, guys, swamp-tastic. And inside, I've done absolutely nothing at all. I just put torches, obviously, so creepers and stuff don't spawn in here. Because if you all remember, the plan is to give everybody on the red team one of these houses or builds. That they might not all be houses, some of them might be weird little huts, some of them might be, who knows, well actually we're going to find out in a minute, because I have been building a few other things for the swamp, because I'm like super excited to get stuff done so that people can start moving in, man. Like that's going to be the most exciting bit when we get when we tell. Some people already know, like some people are fans, you know, some of the guys on the server, they're big L-Players fans, they've been watching the videos, they know the plan, but I think most of the guys don't watch my channel. So, but on the plus side of that, right, most of them don't have any idea that the whole point of me building this swamp village is so that I can gift each of them a house. Like, it's going to be like Christmas Day when they find out, unless they think my building's rubbish, or they just don't want a house, then it's going to be really sad, but... But yeah, hopefully that's going to be like super exciting to see what they do with it. Anyway, so on that note, you can see here in front of me, I've started building something completely new. I've actually finished building it, so I'm going to just give you the tour... What's the word? What's that word when people are like, I'm going to give you the tour something? I'm going to give you the tour, full stop. That's all I ever wanted to say of this place. Huh? Isn't that looking cool? I wish it would... actually, I'm kind of tired of this whole swamp life now. Swamp life is not for me, man. I need the sunshine. I need the beautiful shaders working with that sunshine lighting effect. Remember the days? Look at this. This is like emo weather. I feel like Linkin Park needs to be on in the background right now. But anyway, so I built this house, so it kind of looks pretty strange, but I'm hoping straight away people looking at it thinking, that is like pretty cool, pretty unique, right? The whole idea of it, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you what the idea is. So the whole point of it is, we've got this beautiful little building in the swamp. Obviously, what's going to happen in swamps, and like I've gone for like a little bit of a ruins theme in the swamp and a bit of derelict overgrownness. So of course, natural thing that's going to happen, this little stone house that was built was perhaps once upon a time had 2 floors and was a little bit higher. Maybe it was even a little tiny watchtower for the swamp area. Who knows? But of course, over the years, as the swamp has become more and more derelict and more overgrown, this tree has sort of wrapped around and overgrown the house and made bits of it crumble off, and basically the tree is now intertwined with the house and has grown on it, and that's the premise behind this build. So I tried to get I tried to make it look as organic as I could. I tried to make it so that there was like tree branches and stuff wrapped all around it, and then is there a good spot to see it here? But it kind of goes off in this direction as if like the tree was like growing out here. There's a branch, and that sort of splits off over behind there as well a little bit. Not very much, but there's another branch going that way. That way! Yeah, over there. So that's, I mean, I was really happy with how this turned out. Like, when I started building it, I was kind of a bit nervous, because trying to build something that wraps, like a tree that wraps around a house on a very small scale. So if you explain to someone that you were going to do that, you'd think you're going to need to do something pretty damn huge. And obviously around this area, that would have just not fit in. If we'd have built it the kind of size that we built the tree back at Redtown, I mean, it just would have looked absolutely crazy and taken like the rest of my life. So it just wouldn't have been great. But I've managed to get it on this really small scale, still fitting in real nice with everything else, still looks really cozy. And, oh, someone's sleeping, so we're going to have daytime. We can have a good look at it. Let's do an unveil. Are you kidding me? Did she properly sleep? Ugh, it's a new day, but it's still raining. Gross. I was so excited that someone's going to come out. Anyway, the less dramatic unveil now. It's just the same thing. But yeah, it's turned out really well. It still fits in perfectly with everything here. And of course, this is going to go up for grabs. Whoever wants it can have this house on the red team. I've also agreed. So Jenny has given me Silk Touch book, so that we can now get grass blocks to put on top of this house, so we can grow stuff on there. I'd also managed to find in a chest over in our fort over there that we built, I'd actually managed to find some grass blocks. So, I mean, Jenny gave us the silk thing, so we can do that. We can put that on a pick, and we're gonna have silk touch from now on in the game, which is fantastic. And I said to her, like, as a thank you for that, because it's awesome, and I'm too lazy to do that kind of stuff myself. There we go. Oh, where's a good spot for this? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I kind of like, this is the thing, every time I build a new house, so I've picked this one, and it was the first one I built, and I feel like, being the founder of the village, I should have the first house that was built, right? So I picked that one, and I decorated it for myself. But now that I've built these two, they're like super cool, man. I'm kind of like, I'm jealous of my own builds, because somebody else is going to be given this house, and I'm kind of like, this one's really cool. But there's still loads more to build, so maybe we'll even build like something even cooler than this. But that is pretty groovy. Let's have a look around. Now the sun's shining and it's a beautiful day on the Craft Theory server. Let's have a little look around the edges. So little details I've done. I've swapped out loads of the blocks so that it's not all stone brick. Some of it's cracked stone brick, some of it's mossy stone brick. I've put vines like all over the place, logs like just coming out growing all over the place, but I've still tried to make it look pretty organic. I think I've done a fairly good job. I've never done anything like that before. It was quite tricky. It took me quite a while. That's why I didn't record it. It wouldn't have been fun to watch. It was just me falling a lot, getting annoyed, and I had some problems with my Java, so I had to reinstall every version of Java I could ever find to try and get it to, like, the server kept crashing for me, and it was very strange. But I managed to fix it by switching to a 32-bit version instead of a 64, even though my OS runs on 64-bit. Who knows? I don't know. Microsoft, sort your shizzle. But yeah, that's the place. Looking pretty cool. I've also done, so these little bits here that you can see, these planks, they're not pathways. They're meant to be like roots, I guess, like coming out into the water. And I didn't want to do them the same as the logs. I tried it at first, but it kind of looked a bit off. And then having them a slightly different colour, I felt kind of distinguished them like more as if they were roots instead of just more branches, right? So I think that's kind of like, I tried to do them windy, but not like over the top. And I feel like it's turned out pretty cool. Like, there's a nice little contrast. It gives it a bit of depth and detail. And the whole thing has ended up looking pretty cool, right? Right? Tell me that looks pretty cool. If you don't tell me, I'm going to be really sad. But yeah, that's basically the main thing that you've missed since the last episode that I haven't done on camera, which hopefully is good because you guys get to come back and see something cool. Now, on to the next thing that we're going to build, and I can't even remember what gave me the inspiration for this. Basically, I was just thinking, as I was going around in the swamp, oh, I should totally do like a little crashed boat. It would look really cool in the swamp, and then it was going to be like really, really tiny, like the size of a boat. But then, like, as I was thinking about that, I thought, do you know what would be even 10 times cooler than that? Is if I could do a little crashed boat, but actually turn it into one of the houses that I'm going to give to someone. So this is the beginning of that. I've never built a boat in Minecraft, and I'll be honest, it's quite difficult. So it's definitely stretching my already limited level of skill when it comes to what I can build in Minecraft. But I mean, this is what we've built so far. If anybody remembers Xerxes' Flying Dutchman ship, do not expect anything near that sort of scale or grandeur. That was an incredible, incredible build. And this is going to be a pale shadow of its reflection. But, I mean, I feel like shape-wise, I have not done a terrible, terrible job. I mean, yeah, it could probably do some more. What it was also thinking, like, at the end, is I might do some stuff like put some steps here to, like, try and make the curve gentler and stuff. But at the same time, I'm thinking a lot of it's going to be underwater, as long as it has that obviously boat shape, which I think I've kind of managed to do, which is quite tough when it's quite a small build. It's not a big boat. You don't have a lot of room to play around. But I think for the bottom of it, of course, this isn't finished. I think that's looking okay. So the next thing, of course, that we have to do, this is what I did off camera. I wanted to record because I was excited. I've got some time and I wanted to show you the other stuff we've done. And, like, I probably need a bit of help on this from you guys, I'll be honest. But I think, idea-wise, what I want to do now, I feel blah, 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 blah. One day I'll get through an episode and it will be in perfect English. No, that's a lie. I feel like a fraud just for saying that. It's never going to happen. But yeah, I managed to fill up the entire thing with cobble. Of course, I was using dirt because it's easier to get rid of. But then I ran out of dirt, so I had to switch to cobble. So yeah, get off my back. Sue me, okay? Sue me. Cobble it is. Cobble's still pretty easy to get away with. To get out. I don't know. Get off my back, man. But yeah, so now, because I've done that, it was obviously full of water as I built the entire thing in water, by the way. Like, that's the thing that I feel like you guys are going to miss because you're not watching me do it. It took quite a long time, even though this is like, some of you are probably looking at this right now thinking, yeah, great, well done, LPlayers, that's all you've done. Doing that in the water was actually quite frustrating because I had to, like, drown the whole time and then trying to, like, place blocks, and then if you placed a block you had to dig it out, and digging a block out underwater takes like 10 times as long, and it was a hassle. So I've spared you guys from having to see me do all of that. So now when we dig all of this out, we'll actually have some space that someone can go into. Now, of course, the next part is just having a hollow boat is going to be a crappy house to give someone, so we're not going to do that. That would be, I'll be honest, like, if I see these little cool houses and then I just got this tub and there's nothing in it, I mean, yeah, great, that's kind of boring, right? We want to try and make it a bit cooler than that. So, I've got a few ideas. I'm kind of thinking, make it one of those boats that has, like, a little cabin on the top and maybe some little fence posts around it and stuff, and, you know, make it look kind of nice. But I'm hoping you guys can help me out with a few ideas on what kind of design to go for on this boat, because I've never built a boat in Minecraft. I've looked at a couple of pictures to try and help me, and I mean, I'm not loving a lot of them. I haven't had a chance to look at loads, and I don't want to just exactly copy somebody else's design or something like that, because that's, I don't know, just like, there's nothing wrong with doing that. People do that all the time, and it's great to get inspiration from other builds, but I prefer to, like, look at a few different builds and then combine a few different elements and come up with something a bit more unique, because then I kind of feel like, yeah, that's mine, it's my baby, you know? Especially with a boat, man. You have to name a boat, so this is going to be like HMS my baby. Okay, there's another thing that I need your help with. Help me name the boat, otherwise it's going to end up with some absolutely terrible name. It'll be like the RMSL plays. So yes, we need a name for the boat and we need a design for the boat, but it's not a boat. Like, you got to think outside the boat, man. Outside the boat. But no? I'm just going to go and drown myself. Anyway, yeah. So it's not just a boat. The point is, this is going to be like, think of it more, you're trying to build a cozy little cottage that someone from the red team is going to be able to, like, move into, well, not move into, but have as a little tiny base in the swamp. So it's going to have, the tub's fairly deep, so they've got some space, and I should eat because I am starving to death. So they've got some space in here, which is pretty cool, right? If I just hollow that out, which I'm going to do, I'm not going to do the rest on camera, I was just doing it while I explain that to you guys. But yeah, I'm going to hollow that out, and it's going to be a little tub, so there's some space in there already. The next thing it needs is, like, so my initial thought would be, like, maybe a platform, like, towards one half of it, and then build it up a little on the front as just a boat, maybe, and then, like, flat, and then there's, like, a little cabin, like this kind of thing, going up here, along, and down, like, that kind of thing. How do we want to make it look? How are we going to make it look good and swamp-like? And also, what I'd like to do at the end is try and take out a few of the blocks somewhere so it looks like there's a hole in it or a crack or something, so that we can see, oh, that's why it fell down. Or, not fell down, fell down. Yes, it was a flying ship. That's why it sank, because it's got, like, you can see, oh, there's the crack where it hit a rock or something. And then maybe we can even put a few rocks in the water to make it look like it, like, beached on them or, like, crumbled into the rocks or something. I feel like that's a pretty cool idea. I just need some help with exactly how to make it look good, because I'm struggling a little bit with that. So if you've got any pictures, if you can draw any pictures, if you've got any real life boats that look like this kind of thing that you want to send me, the best way to do that is either like drop a comment in the YouTube thing and like say where to go and look at it, or on my Instagram, which is just LPlaysGaming, or my Twitter, which is @LPlaysGaming. Tweet me a picture, send me a picture on Instagram, send me a message on Instagram, whatever, and I will see it that way. But that's going to hopefully get us to build a cool little boathouse for somebody else. And then that'll be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. I'm not going to count this ruin. That would... Can you imagine being the sucker that ended up with this? So there's 12 people on the red team at the moment, so I need to get this done before we add any more people. Otherwise I'm just going to add more work for myself. So we need to build 12 builds in total. This isn't going to count because that would just be too harsh. Imagine, like, you know, there's me with this little cool house, there's somebody with this cool house, someone's got a nice little boathouse over here, this cool little hut, and then you've just got this. I kind of feel like if anybody in the server's mean to me, I'll reserve this for that person. Just between me and you. Maybe it'll like backfire and they'll actually love it so much and it'll be like the best thing ever. But yeah, that's what we're doing in the swamp so far. I'm feeling like that's pretty good going, right? I feel like we've made good progress already since the last episode. The boat is a really cool idea. I just hope I can execute it as well as I'm thinking it's going to be in my mind. But that would be great if we can get some help with that. So yeah, do it. Do it now. Now, on to the next thing. I guess the next thing now is we need to decide what we want to do for the next house. And I kind of feel a little bit bad because I've done... I mean, obviously the first one I built, I think I built a lot of it on camera, but I did build some of it off camera. And then basically, this one I built on camera, but it's the smallest one. This I did completely off camera, and the boat idea I've come up with and done all on my own, completely off camera. I kind of feel like I'm leaving you guys out, man. It's real sad. Okay, my recording just died, but what I was saying is the next thing that we need to do around here, look, the terrible swamp weather is back. Boom, boom, boom. The next thing we need to do around here now is start building some other buildings, so we need to come up with some other cool ideas for stuff that we can do. Now, some of them are going to be more standard-ish looking, so this kind of thing with like stone or wood, you know, nothing like crazy, no weird stuff going on apart from some odd sort of shapes and stuff like that. But I want there to be some other cool things. So this was a pretty cool idea, like to building with a tree wrapped around it. This little hut I thought was pretty cool. Maybe I'll do another 1 or 2 of those. The boat obviously is a really like cool, unique idea. And now what I need from you is some other cool ideas like that. So some of the stuff like I've been thinking about that I'd love to hear what you guys think about is, I guess, is stuff like maybe having another house that's on stilts, but like a much more prominent stilt house, so like the stilts go up quite high and then it's like a little house just on top of the stilts, if that makes sense. One of the other things that I've been thinking about also doing is maybe like a swamp house that started to fall down. So maybe like a little stone house. I kind of feel like for this one I'd want to do it like a circular kind of house maybe or something. But like a stone house that's starting to sink into the swamp, as if like the swamp's slowly starting to swallow it up. So maybe it's a house that I build tilted, sort of leaning in one direction as if it's slipping down into the swamp. That could be kind of cool. But that kind of thing, basically anything that would fit with the swamp theme that like could also be a pretty unique, cool thing. So if you've got any ideas, make sure you let me know, and then we'll get to building that in the next episode. But now, where's my boat? Why do I always use not this boat? Before you say it, funny guy. Here it is. Here's my boat. Let's go. Oh, I crashed before we even began. Right, so the plan now, I'm going to run back, I'm going to get this Silk Touch book that Iron Lady Jenny has given us, and then through the magic of Silk Touch, we're going to get some grass blocks to put on top of our other house that I built, the first house that I built. And then, once that's all completely finished, it should look absolutely beautiful, and I think that'll probably do it for this episode once we do that. So I'll pause it now, and then we'll come back in a minute. Woo! Behold, we have acquired our first ever Silk Touch pitch. God damn it, I had one job. That was supposed to be really epic. Our first ever Silk Touch pickaxe on the Craft Theory server. Thank you very much to Iron Maiden Jenny, because let's be honest guys, we are just far too lazy to be getting those enchants and diamonds for ourselves, man. Well, not diamonds. I don't know why I said diamonds. I don't need diamonds. It's not diamonds. But yeah, you guys know what I mean. Alright, where's my car? Where's my car? Back we go. I'll see you in a second, guys.
Two hours later.
Come on, come on, come on. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me out. Okay, guys, so I've just noticed there's a whole collection of boats over here by my beautiful, gigantic tree that I made down at Red Base. And it's dawned on me, and I've realised I've done it again. It's dawned on me that I'm pretty sure every single one of these boats is mine, because I keep on making boats from my base, bringing them over to this side so that I can get back and forth from the new Swamp Village area. But of course, every time I come over here, I come on a boat, but then I walk back. I just forget that I brought my bike. My bike? God damn. What's wrong with me today? I keep forgetting that I brought my boat. But yeah, I mean, just in case you hadn't already noticed, I just wanted to share with you guys that I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. On a bird, on the bird, on the bird, on the bird. What you doing in my house, boy? Look at this guy. We gotta get rid of him. I've never had a fight with a slime in close quarters. I don't know if that's a good idea. Are we gonna get wrecked here? Should I snipe him? Ugh! Get out my house! I mean, he looks... I get it. My house is pretty cool. I mean, I understand why he wants to be there, but... there's just not enough room, man. You gotta go. How they're adorable. I really don't want to kill them. I'm gonna leave them. They can stay for now. Right, I'm gonna go up and put some grass on the roof, and then we're gonna go downstairs and take a look. And there we have it, guys. The sun is shining on the Craft Theory server, and our beautiful little house has some adorable little grass growing on the top. I've planted a tree there, and I've kind of left it. I'm not sure if a tree growing on there is going to look silly, but I've put it there for now, and we're going to forget about it, and then in another episode we're going to come back, and it's just going to have grown, and we won't even remember, and we'll be like, and we'll either say, hey, do you know what, that looks really cool, and we'll keep it, or it will look terrible. But either way, it's going to be exciting to see how that turns out. I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I've had quite a lot of fun building all this stuff. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I mean, this is pretty interesting build styles to me, and I'm definitely looking forward to see what ideas you guys have got for more swamp builds. Look at that, look at that. I've got a fan. I dig the Goku skin. Vegeta is better. Blasphemy. No, Vegeta's much cooler. I agree. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode. We'll end it there. As always, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the series. If you are, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next episode as we watch the sun go down. See you later, guys, and peace.